Inside this box is literally the cheapest trolling motor in the world, and I can support the weight of it with just 2 fingers. For comparison, this is currently the cheapest trolling motor I own, and it weighs about 26 pounds. Literally over 5 times the weight of this trolling motor. And at only 4 pounds, this has to be one of the most interesting pieces of boating tech I'm ever going to experience. And check this out, it's even name brand. Now I know what you're thinking. Grayson, there has to be a cheaper knockoff, no-name Temu trolling motor. And yeah, you would be correct. But what you gotta take into consideration is the shipping cost of those knockoff trolling motors. So all in, even those trolling motors have a higher grand total than the $100 that this trolling motor comes in at. And you can get it directly from Amazon. So let's unbox it and see what it's made of. I have no idea what to expect. Oh, wow. I didn't even think how short this shaft is. I don't know if this will work. A quality control list, that's a good sign. All right, let's get it out. My goodness. It weighs nothing. This is tiny. Oh no, no shot. It does not have alligator clips. It's clipped it to the silica gel. It does not have alligator clips. No way. This is the smallest thing I have ever seen. It doesn't have a tiller handle. Oh, those are controls? These are literally how you control it, but does it have a tiller? This is the smallest prop I have ever seen. It is smaller than my hand. There's no tiller handle. It's like plugged. Like there's no longer even a spot for it. This is unbelievable.
You have to be kidding me. I just stumbled across the tiller handle. There is no way. I think it's this button right here. Or is it? There's a way to release it.
Oh, it acts like it wants to come out. Oh, it wants to come out. It does. Oh, no way. You pull this knob. You're joking. This is the tiller handle.
That has to be a prank. There's no shot. It goes in the motor head.
I didn't know what to expect, but this is if my expectations were here, this motor is a quick tour, shall we? First of all, the loose alligator clip style connection to the battery terminal is a bonkers decision. Of course, how can you ignore the pull tiller? Pops a stiffy. These are the actual controls, and I don't 100% know what they do yet, but we'll figure that out. The tiniest motor head I've ever seen with, of course, 18 whopping pounds of thrust. The transom angle's not ideal. It is non-adjustable, so this is literally how we are gonna go down the water. This is really it for the transom bracket. No adjustments. You do have a friction knob. It controls how hard it is to turn left and right, and it does have a depth collar. And if these aren't the cheapest screws I've ever seen in my entire life, I don't know what is. And we have a massive gap between the actual unit and the prop. With this being the smallest prop I've ever seen in my life. I don't know, guys. We're getting stranded today. I gotta bring a backup motor. I have to bring a backup motor. This is it. A 24-inch shaft. Barely long enough for my transom. Unbelievable. It's freaking light, dude. Well, I guess let's go to the lake and hook her up.
What good is the cheapest trolling motor in the world if you ain't got nothing to power it?
Huge thanks to Lifetime for providing the battery for today's video, and as you can tell, it is pretty light at only 11 pounds, perfect for this tiny 4-pound trolling motor. 50 amp hours are significantly lighter than 100 amp hours, yet you still have plenty of power for a day on the water. Plus, it comes with an app, so you can actually scan this QR code right here and get real-time readings, amp draw, voltage, current battery remaining, as well as time left on the water in the form of minutes and hours, which is really handy to have.
Now, I actually do have a 100 amp hour Lifetime lithium battery as my main boat battery.
However, if you have an outboard like I do on this boat, you do not need 100 amp hours on the bow. It's just too heavy. 50 amp hours is lighter, it's cheaper, and you're still gonna have days on the water without having to charge your battery.
So if you're running an outboard and you have a bow mount trolling motor, why would you ever want a 100 amp hour battery? Just get this one. Lighter, cheaper, just as good. Anyway, this saves me a ton of room and weight on my small boat, so really consider downgrading to a 50. Speaking of reviews, let's get back to the video.
Now, I was just curious what kind of reviews the cheapest trolling motor on planet Earth was getting, so let's read some reviews. The hardware is weak stick. The mount doesn't stay secured to the shaft because the locking mechanism is absurdly cheap and ineffective. The propeller is so thin, it's absurd. Incredibly disappointed with the lack of durability here. Definitely wishing I had spent $20 more and purchased a Minn Kota. Sure, they're heavier, but they're also built to last, unlike this plastic joke of a motor. That was just mean. Right out of the box, this would not work and still won't. threw it out. Avoid this useless motor. Well, for $100, it also might be the world's most expensive John boat anchor. Unusable, even at $100. Not worth it. First things first, we gotta figure out what the heck these buttons do. Okay, so it looks like we have okay, so we know that this is off, and it looks like we have a high and a low setting. So I'm gonna assume that reverse is R, and it is, it's moving. We're moving, baby. World's cheapest trolling motor's moving, baby. Woo, she got some vibration to her, that's for sure. Now I think this is gonna be high, so let's see. Oh my gosh, what is that sound? What is that sound? That does not sound good. Okay. Wait, nope, okay, off, okay. I mean, it's pretty simple, but I'm not used to this. Okay, let's try this. I assume that's forward. Okay, we are moving. I think so. Are we moving? We are moving barely. Hey, this is the lowest setting, and we're moving pretty decent, all right? Let's cook her up to the high setting. Oh, this is the high setting. Oh, okay, that's why. Well, then let's test the low setting. That is low. Oh crap, my trolling motors were just fighting. Gosh, look at this thing compared to the size of my hand. It is literally a toy. Well, it turns on and it pushes a boat forward and backwards. Okay. Let's see how well the cheapest trolling motor in the world likes a little razzle-dazzle.
Forward, off, reverse, high powered, low powered, forward, reverse. Turn it, turn it, turn it. She's still working, baby. High power, high power. Look at that. The whole thing moves. Why is it moving like that? Did I already break something? Oh my gosh. You see how how loose it is already? I might have actually broke it already. The thing is I can't trim it up, and I can't really lift it up because it hits the bottom of the boat. But, yeah, see, it just runs into my drain plug.
Oh. Wait a minute. I just yanked on it really hard, and now it's coming up. Wait a minute, we just unlocked a new feature by beating the crap out of it. Look at that. No way. How did we do that? I promise you, it was not doing this before. This would make life so much easier. Look at that. You can trim it up and out of the way. I gotta say though, oh my gosh, I could seriously snap this off right now if I wanted to. Yeah, if I just pulled, ooh, look at that plastic. It's not supposed to twist like that. Look at that plastic just bending. Oh, that's brutal. Well, we learned how to trim it up. Gotta freaking shove it back down. Ooh. Oh. All right, we got it back in, but it's now back to the worst angle you've ever seen. Okay, here's the thing. It works. Yes, it does work. But for $139, only $39 more, you can get a legitimately good Minn Kota Endura, which is a name brand. It comes with a warranty, and it has 30 pounds of thrust instead of 18. Yeah, it's gonna weigh 20 more pounds, but there's a reason that this weighs 4 pounds and everybody else is a minimum of like 20 pounds. For example, this motor up on the bow weighs probably closer to 30, and that's still pretty light for a trolling motor.
At only 4 pounds, this could have its use cases, especially on light kayaks and canoes, but in terms of overall quality, it's hands down the cheapest motor I've ever experienced, especially with a name brand and high quality motor from Minn Kota at only $39 more. It's a tough sell. Anyway, here we go. Sucker runs, I'll give it that. No trim, not fast, strange noises. Only 4 pounds with a 24-inch shaft, so could be better for home defense. 100% hand-built by a 6-year-old in China, so quality doesn't exist. Buy the Minn Kota Endura 30-pound, 3 out of 5 stars. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you liked this video, I highly suggest that you click on this one right here. I bet you'll like it. Anyway, all the glory goes to our Father in heaven. As always, tight lines, and God bless.